Alright guys, welcome back. We are here for round 2 of ranking anime logos. That's right, I did a round 1 a few months ago. I'll put a thingy here, you can click on that if you want to watch that. And yes, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a list that I've made before I came on here and started talking to you of anime logos from different anime. I'm going to rank them tier list style. You know how it goes, rank S through F. And yeah, before I get into it further, this is only based on their logo. It's not based on the show and like how good it is or how bad it is, because last time I did this, I ranked One Piece's logo and I said it was like mid pretty much, and people were like, you don't watch the show, you don't understand. I'm like, whoa, hey, it's just me based the logo. I'm not even talking about the show. This is just if you were to scroll through a lookbook of logos and you'd see that and be like, hey, this looks cool, this looks bad. Just that, not the actual show itself. So don't attack me for, you know, the rankings that I do here. Now that I've covered my ass, which I probably haven't, I'm still gonna get attacked. Let's get into it. So the first one we're going to rank is Haikyuu, the volleyball anime. The movie comes out at the end of the month, so I guess it's good to start with that one. I've never seen this or watched the show. I just know that it's about volleyball. I probably should get into it, but I'm not super big into sports anime, so I just never got around to it. Anyway, based on the logo itself, let's see. I like the color scheme. Black and orange reminds me of Halloween. I do like the fact that they included the volleyball in the eye, and I've seen like the alternate version where it like extends out a little bit and it has the dude hitting the ball, spiking it. That's pretty cool too, but just the one that I'm picking here, and let's see. It reminds me of that clip from Scott Pilgrim where they have the exclamation points, and she's like,
that poster needs more exclamation marks.
So that's what I see when I see this. I'm like, yeah, Haikyuu! You have to like yell it every time you see it. But yeah, as far as the logo itself though, I do think it's effective. The colors are cool. It gets the point across. It just tells you, hey, this is what it is. It has a nice little font to it. I would give this a B because that is okay with me. It's not like blowing my socks off, but it's cool. It's a B. Alright, next up we're going to be talking about a new anime, Windbreaker. This logo, man, the show, first of all, the show, good, great even, I would say. One of my favorites of the new current, what's running here in the spring season. Check it out if you haven't. I don't know if I'm going to do a video on it. I might. But Windbreaker is really cool. So as far as the logo though, very simple color scheme, very simple font. The only just thing that they have different is they added those little stripes through it. So I guess it's like breaking the wind. The wind never stood a chance that day when this came on. I do like it. I do like the fact that it gets the point across. Like, hey, it's Windbreaker. I like the simpler designs when it comes to logos, like just the typeface and just having like a really cool iconic font. But I do think it helps when the poster is behind it, because it has like the greens, that helps let the white pop a little bit more. But if it's just the logo itself and it just says Windbreaker, I don't think it's doing anything too crazy. So I'm gonna put it like in C tier, just because I feel like Haikyuu is a better logo than this, and I can't put that in the same tier as that. I'm gonna have to go C tier just because like it's mid. It's not bad, it's not great. Could have been better, but it wasn't. So yeah, the Windbreaker logo, C tier. Windbreaker show, I don't know yet. It's pretty good though. All right, next up is going to be That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. That rhymes, wow. I never really like said it that way, like with rhythm. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. All right, anyway, Slime Anime, their logo. I hate this logo. I think it looks like the recycle sign. I guess that's kind of the point to it, but also it reminds me of like you should be recycling, but also it looks like a sign that you would hang at your local like food shop and put it above the recycling bin just to let you know like, hey, this is the recycling. That's what I see, but also the colors remind me of like Facebook because it's blue and white. It's cute that they included the slime in the logo, but yeah, I just don't like the color scheme, and I don't like the font that they chose, and like how some of it is like fully colored in and some of it's like left open for the background to bleed through. It's just a logo that I just, every time I see it, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to watch the show. This logo does not make me want to watch the show. Even though I hear it's really good, I just see the logo and I'm like, you know, I'm good on that one. So yeah, for that matter, like I mentioned earlier, this would be based off of just like seeing this logo like in a logo book. I would give this a D. I'm not gonna go F because like it could be way worse, and I feel bad about that. And I feel like they did try a little bit with the logo. They just didn't try hard enough. So I'm gonna just go D tier for Slime Anime's logo. Not my cup of tea, my cup of slime. rather. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm looking at the, the logo on my phone, so I have like the rotation, the orientation on. So when I spun it, it like spun the arrow. That's kind of cool. It's not on purpose, I'm sure, but I thought it was pretty interesting. All right, next logo is going to be Ninja Kamoy. Man, what a fall off of a show. The first couple episodes were cool. I know everybody probably got fooled into watching clips of it, like on TikTok or whatever, seeing the fight scenes. You're probably like, man, this is really cool. And then you watched it and you're like, yeah, this is okay. It could be better. Should have a better story, but it doesn't. It's just like a ninja assassin. You should watch that instead. If you were thinking about watching Ninja Kamoy, watch Ninja Assassin instead. Yes, the live action movie with that dude who was, I think, a K-pop star or J-pop star, one of the two. Enjoy it. Anyway, let's talk about the logo here, though. One of the first logos. No, Slime Anime kind of did it. Oh, okay. Well, in this list, one of the first ones to be kind of everywhere. The color scheme is cool. The white and red, I like that. The type, though, the font of it, it's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. It reminds me of like Naruto. Like it has like that same like curvy feel to it. And then like the background, I think it's an eye. Yeah, I think it's an eye. So that's kind of cool. You know, like blood splatter, Ninja Kamoy like in your face. This looks like, and much like the anime, it would work better in an earlier time, like the 90s maybe. Like you would see this show come on late at night and you'd probably be like, yeah, I love Ninja Kamoy. Just like ninjas doing ninja stuff. Cool. This logo is very reminiscent of that. So yeah, I feel like it's very old school. I feel like it's been dated even though it's a brand new show. So the logo itself, it's not a D because I feel like it is better than the Slime Anime's logo. Ninja Kamoy is going to be a C for me in the tier list here. Behind Windbreaker, maybe. I get they're kind of like hand in hand. If you like more busy things, I feel like Ninja Kamoy's logo could be ahead of Windbreaker. But I like a minimalist approach a little bit, so I'm gonna put Windbreaker above it slightly in the C tier category. So yeah, Ninja Kamoy, C tier. All right, here's a logo that kind of does what Ninja Kamoy did, but way better in my opinion. Vinland Saga, their logo for season 1 and 2, they're pretty much the same. But yeah, Vinland Saga's logo, ooh, boy, buddy, damn, hot damn. This was a great logo. It's minimalist, but also does a little bit more than just being super minimal with the sword and like the blood splatter inside the letters. It's just a great logo, and then like the Japanese writing above it makes it pop a little bit more. So yeah, this is just, it's great, just like the show. Okay, real quick side note. Vinland Saga Season 2, I just finished it the other day. I get it. You gotta find yourself and be above your enemies and be mature and move past revenge, but, you know, just kind of bored me a little bit. I know, I don't get it. Chris even said, he's like, you know, you'll get it when you're older. That's not it, okay? I wanted to see some action, and I heard that it doesn't get any more action, really, after this season. So like the first season is like the peak of action. The rest of it is just like him finding himself. Yeah, you know, not for me. I could recognize that it's good, but like for me, I needed more. Anyway, this logo though gave me just enough. I love this logo. I would wear it like if they just had a shirt of it. I would just put it on like a simple shirt and wear it anywhere. Cool, love it. I'm gonna give it an A tier, the first one to make it out of mediocrity. Vinland Saga's logo, perfect. Vinland Saga Season 2, in my opinion, not perfect. Okay, so next logo, Kaiju No. 8, another one that I'm watching simultaneously with Windbreaker this spring season. Been loving it. Funniest thing I've seen in a while as far as animes go. It makes me die laughing. If you haven't seen it yet, you should watch it. If you haven't read it yet, I'm sure you have. It's so big. Manga form at least. Anyway, the logo for Kaiju No. 8. It's fitting for the show, and like it kind of matches like their suits that they wear. It feels like futuristic, and it's like sleek and cool and techy. It is minimal, and I did say earlier I do like minimalism, but this one might be a little too minimal for me. I do like the 8. The 8 looks cool. It looks like an infinity. But yeah, like the logo itself, it just wants to be sleek and technologically advanced, and I get that. But for me, it doesn't do enough. I think there's a couple alternate logos that they have for like the manga itself, and there's like a Japanese version, and that looks cool too. But the one that they use on Crunchyroll is the one that I pulled from. So yeah, this logo itself, I'm gonna put it in B tier because I don't think it's as, I think it's better than the C tier ones, and yeah, it's right on par with what did I put in B tier earlier? The Haikyuu logo. So yeah, Haikyuu and Kaiju No. 8. they belong together, right? Somehow, some way. Anyway, yeah, show's good. Logo is okay. Ding, 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 ding. Am I doing it right? I feel like I am. Anyway, the next logo is going to be the Mashall logo. That theme song, by the way, the opening, season 2's opening, you've seen it probably on TikTok, the dance that I was just doing. Does it not, if you are aware of what he sounds like Bad Bunny to you? Like the especially the that part, it sounds just like Bad Bunny. And every time I hear it, I'm like, hey, that sounds like Bad Bunny. Anyway, the logo, Mashall's logo, Mashall Might and Muscles. I do dig it. I do like the little lightning bolt that they have in the M. I like the font. I think it's interesting. The colors are cool, red and white. Yeah, it's a fine logo. This is like a minimalism, but done correctly. Like I mentioned earlier, it's minimal in the font, but also it does little things here and there, kind of like the Vinland Saga logo, where it makes it just interesting enough for me. But is it A tier worthy to be with the Vinland Saga? That's a good question. A question that I asked myself. That's a good question. Yeah, I think it is. I think the parameters for the A tier would be like, would I wear this logo on a shirt and like go out in public with it? And I think I would. I don't watch Mashall. I haven't watched it yet. I should probably. People like it. But if I had a shirt of it and it was like a nice shirt itself, like the shirt looked good, and then I just have the logo, I would probably wear this out in public. It's pretty cool. I like the logo. It's a nice logo. I think it belongs in A tier. So yes, that is where I'll put the Mashall logo. Does minimalism, but it does it too just enough to make it interesting and pop for me. The lightning bolt, the little M arrow thing, and then like the 2 triangles at the end. It's just a well put together logo. I like it. All right, and one of the classic big 3, Bleach, their logo. Okay, so if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that Bleach is probably my least favorite of the big 3, I guess. I wouldn't say that. It's just like the most forgotten out of the big 3. But the logo itself, I really do enjoy it. I think it might be the first S tier. But I think it also like has to do with the fact that I mentioned this in like the other tier list video with Pokemon, I think. It's just like it's become so iconic that like it raises the level of it. Like you see the Bleach logo and you're like, oh, that's Bleach. It raises it an extra rating. Because like any normal day, I think it would be like an A tier, but just like the fact that I've seen it so much and like it's everywhere, it's just become one of those ones that's like, oh yeah, that's an A tier. It's like early 2000s too, with like the flames and like the layout of it. It just reminds me of like just that style. It just feels like Bleach, especially when you see like all the drawings of the Bleach characters like in their casual outfits. It kind of has that same vibe. Like it's trendy and fashionable enough to be like, yeah, cool. And yeah, it's just iconic. So that might be the only reason I'm putting it in S tier. But who knows? But for now, it will be an S tier. The first S tier, Bleach logo. Cool color scheme, nice layout, nice font, iconic. It's just, yeah, it's a good, great logo. I'm curious to know like what actual designers would say as far as logos go. Do I have any designer friends? I think I have a few. That'd be fun to find someone who like actually does like art and design and see what they would think about this. They probably have way better opinions, maybe different. Maybe they might think the same as me. I don't know. Anyway, next logo is going to be the Yu Yu Hakusho logo. Again, one that has many different logos. Like there's different alternates for it, and I've seen them all, and they all are pretty iconic. But the one I chose is the circle one. You'll see it now. It is cool. It reminds me of like when you flash a light in front of a camera and it makes like the lens flare. So that's what it looks like, a lens flare. Even though I know it might be like a spiritual thing. Maybe it's a crystal ball type vibe. But yeah, I like the colors on it. I like the font and how it tilts a little bit. The only thing I don't like is that it has like ghost files above it, which is fine, which I think is part of like the alternates. Like the other ones don't say it, but the other ones are laid out differently. But for the video and the one that I chose, this one specifically, I gotta give it like a B tier, because it's not, for me, it's not super cool. It's just like it does the job, and it does the job fine. Like, I know I mentioned how, like, I like these certain things of the logo, but I can like it and still be like, you know, it's just a B tier. Like, it's not a C because it's above the mid tier and it's not, like, trash, so it's not F. But it doesn't blow my mind, and I wouldn't wear, like, just this logo on a t-shirt. I would need, like, the other ones. But this one, yeah, it's just, like, a B tier logo. Like, it's cool. It's a nice, it gets the message across. And, yeah, that's it. Maybe more colors they needed in it. Because, like, it's just, like, 2 colors, kind of, really. And it's too cool. It's not warm enough for me, you know? Okay, now the last logo. this is, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this is an S tier. This is like above Bleach for me, because this one's not iconic. It's just the way it looks is just so nice and so like retro, and it just, the vibe of it fits with the show so well. It's gonna be the Space Dandy logo. I know that's like a random one, right? I know most of us probably haven't even watched it. We might be aware of the character, but not really, you know, seen the show. Like me, I've only seen a few episodes to get the vibe of it. But the logo itself is beautiful. It just, I think it pulls from like all the classic like space adventure shows, like Star Trek and like Star Wars and like Gundam. It just has like, oh, like Voltron, like it has all these like things going for it, and I think it does the logo very well. Like the gradient, the way it like is oriented, like coming at you 3D style, and then like the star in the middle of it, it's just so nice. It's just like a chrome, it's like a Cadillac rolling down the street. When you see that, you're like, oh, that's nice, that's classic, it's classy. I do enjoy that. Yeah, the show itself though, it has a cult following, I think, and you know, when I've seen the few episodes, I'm like, this is cool, but I never like went and fully watched the show. But man, the logo, like I mentioned earlier, if I'm looking through like a logo book, I'm like ranking them, which I am doing, this is gonna be on top. This is S tier for Space Dandy, the sleeper pick. Who would have thought I would have pulled Space Dandy out on you, but I did, all right? It's just a hot logo, man. I would wear this on a shirt. I'd wear this on a hat, maybe, if it was small enough. But it's a good marketable logo. It's just so clean and crisp and just chromed out, dog. Joins the ranks of all the other S tiers that I've talked about in the past. This is a hard one to beat, I feel like. I haven't watched the video before this, like my old video, so I don't know like what I included on that, but I feel like this is one of the few ones that's like not iconic, that is just going on the strength of like its design only. So yeah, what you see before you is the final tier list of all these logos. So, did I do a good job? Did I do a bad job? Let me know down below in the comments. Also, you can let me know down below what some of your favorite ones are, or ones that you want me to potentially rank in a future video. But yeah, that's gonna be this tier list here. I think I nailed it, really. Yeah, it was fun. I tried to pull like new and old shows and random shows, and it was a good mixture, I feel like. The first one, I kind of got like the biggest shows out of the way, and this one was kind of fun to just pull like different ones. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. As always, go ahead and subscribe down below and follow down below. All that stuff is there for you. And like I mentioned, discuss down below what you think is the best logo of all time, and why is it Space Dandy. And until the next time I see you, maybe I'll find a designer to join me. But yeah, hey, if you're a designer, let me know. But yeah, see you guys in the next one.